Alright, y'all, this is another video on the difference of individuality that people have, okay? Cause I've been making videos and, observing what people observe and looking for the equilibrium, I can't say the word. And can't find it, you feel me? So now this is a video of without having an animal on the dock, you feel me? Other videos, you feel me? Withers. So this is a video just to show the difference on individuality, okay? What work is, what wanting to see someone eat, you feel me? Cause yeah, y'all, I got y'all. Okay, so that being said, okay. So that being said, the whole thing of this video is we got out if you watch from my first video I made on this page, I think the Smash or Pass, we see the animosity, you feel me? We see that I am somebody, you feel me? Everybody's heard of people, but don't nobody have them filed, you feel me? To the ratio of who does in etc. So we see from me being a local artist, but infamously famous, the difference between patience and non-patience and what should have been said faster. No, all that don't matter, okay? Now being in a whole goddamn, you dig what I'm saying? A situation of circumstances, of circumferences, and I had to goddamn pop myself back in place. And people is weird like that. So, that being said, yeah. No, I'm here to explain exactly what needs to be known. Okay, I'm not here not to explain nothing else. The pauses and moments I'm taking before I start getting on a chain of explaining what I'm doing is because all that shit is there to explain how people aren't read. The audience is rude, and the show must not go on. Then you feel me? That's what this is all about. When audience is rude, the show must not go on. Okay, but when the audience is, you feel me? The people that are in the audience to be the audience of, you feel me? Of clairvoyance and cadences and all that shit. And when it's just them rude, then the show must go on. But when the whole goddamn why words can have multiple meanings and symbolism and etc. of what that visualization of what I was saying about audience and symbolism of audience and etc. For me not to elaborate, you feel me? You feel me? When this shit that bad, the show must not go on. Okay, when it's just a little, the show must go on. You feel me? Because the community's still there. You feel me? And the objective is to stop the show. You feel me? When no one's in it, the show must not go on. So their objective is to hide like it should. So things in the Bible that explain this going to happen don't happen. It's what the show must go on in that feat of phases. So that being said, right now, I am a old soul. I have a video where I explaining I even watched it. You dig what I'm saying? Okay. That's how bad it is. Okay? No. That doesn't make sense. So, you dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Right now, we can read the atmosphere super clearly. We can read this shit clear shit. This shit is not new. I can play songs to DJ what needs to be DJ. You feel me? But you know, the best artists right now that representing for where we at, Atlanta, you feel me? Is Day. You feel me? All the other artists are representing. They representing great. All, you feel me? Future represent great. You feel me? A little baby. You feel me? I know my Atlanta artists, but you know the audience type shit in the show must go on. So you know, because you know, I've always knew how the world worked. I always knew what the mud was. I always knew when people was getting it from the mud. The people that go back to the trenches and all that shit. I knew where the mud is invisible at and gets stereotyped as like a spirit. But here's spirit bomb. People try to throw people in or some shit like that. All that, all that. So I say this because you know, 26 years of my life, I've been just going with life, you feel me, just straight, you feel me, just straight forward going with life, you feel me, just straight, just going with life, you feel me, where someone's like, it's time to renege your car, you feel me, it's time to, I don't mean nigga is probably the wrong word, but it's time to goddamn soup back up your car. You feel me? Time to stop, you get your car on together, you feel me? Time to take a moment. But instead you say, I'm gonna make it through. You feel me? And you know, you right. You take care of your car, you got this shit. But it's not that. It's the clout around your car, you feel me? So, you know, yeah, your car is suitable to do more laps than any other cars, so you don't have to stop. But the problem is going back on the road and not having no one confirm these shits for you while you're going back on the road. So that's what I did, you feel me? You feel me? And people, you feel me, as an old soul to this 26 years. And voila, we got people like, oh, like it's just little jokes and repertoires that they can add to their resume of trying and being like, well, this is the week museum or some shit. So that being said, hold on. So that being said, as we get that, you feel me? Hey, that is kindergarten, you feel me? That's preschool, that's before school, that's all the shit that when you go into public, you can't do inside the environment, you feel me? That's the 5G towers, TAs, and you feel me? Humidity control, people, right? People don't do shit, deers in the crossing road. You feel me? That little visualization of energy that we're seeing right now, you dig what I'm saying? That's what that is, okay? Like, ha, ha. Like, that's what that is, you feel me? So, once again, since I've never slowed down, and it's the best time to be 26-year-old whine of what should have been told at 0, and, you know, just, you feel me, exclamations and stuff like that. Because, since it should have been, then it's not. That's the whole goddamn, okay, well, we gotta leave off of where you got your common sense from, and you can't come up to me like, but no one told me common sense. You feel me? That don't make sense. So I say that because we know the military owns the land. You feel me? In the end, if we don't know the name of the person, if we don't know who we can inform to, or diligent, do you have elegance and all of that shit? Because I have a job to do, okay? So I talk like this because my job is to sound crazy, okay? My job is to sound crazy. You dig what I'm saying? In this generation of weakness that's building to a minority that think it's a majority, which will always do that. Call what they think people can go down for, and then they have an alibi or a resume, and there's a whole big energy out in the atmosphere of people doing this shit, where they feel like you can't blame them, they can argue it down. You feel me? Call that shit crazy if someone tries to say it's not, because we can argue it down. You feel me? And people are scared in the world, so it has to be a big ass void of always feeling safe and thinking this could slide. You feel me? But no, nothing slides. You feel me? That's the type of energy of what people stick the atmosphere when someone says something, try to call them crazy. So I say that because we know the world is ruled by the people that have the bird view, that have the satellites. So the people that have the satellites make the monetary system. They made the monetary system because there's a lot of people in debt of the mafia, so they can't walk around just building, nor do they want to. So, you feel me, they ask the mafia and mob to give them, you feel me, hospitality, you feel me, customer service. And then people start going deranged in their head and going Resident Evil, like, from, you feel me, like, that's how The Walking Dead, you feel me, that's what it really is. At the void of Mission Accomplished, The Walking Dead of it, you feel me, the lust mythology. And we get miscombobulated of the truth is the truth. This energy means someone hasn't been talking, but y'all been talking about that. And either if you're trouble or not, this energy is your commentary from it. So you feel me? So as you can see, I'm not somebody that gloats about nothing. So I talk in that atmosphere of, hey, they said that I got a great arm. No, well, maybe you should be. You feel me? That's what I do. So I just do that, and then, boom, we at 26 years of whatever beef someone says they got on me because I got a compliment. And that's how I move, and people just can't wait to beef with me, which make them childish because I only talk, you feel me, off of the normal, every kid deserves to be able to state their opinion, at the most a compliment given to them. So, that being said, we got that situated to understand. The world, you feel me, because this is what I'm doing. I have in this zodiac and Egyptian and mental, physical, you feel me, Jamaica, Atlantis, voids, leap years, eclipse. I hit it when I said Egypt, but it's something else. Muslim family, knowing family, you feel me, Billie Jean's story. I was born into a family of 3 siblings, and 2 siblings later by a patal, okay, by a dad which most people know the Adam and Eve story. Eve is conscious on Adam, and then they just started making jokes about Adam and Eve being married. And God being okay with that energy from them, because it said God had Adam, and God and Adam had Eve. That's what they said. But they didn't read it that way. They just said God can do whatever he can, took Eve from Adam's rib. God and Adam had Eve. So, and then Eve wanted the forbidden fruit. You feel me? And whoever, you can, that's what art is for. Pictures is there for a million things. You feel me? Words there for a million pictures. So visualization. So whoever you wanted to use, polygamy, God, Adam, Eve. God is a girl. God like Adam, Eve. Eve wants what God gets. Or you feel me? However y'all want to put it. God is the polygamy. Adam had Eve. Eve wanted the forbidden fruit that comes from God. You feel me? And Adam is Adam. So, that being said, about the forbidden fruit and serpents, knowledge, and other things trying to tell someone what to do, and all they say is you gotta be mature now. You feel me? You feel me? This is all the layout. 26 years, you feel me? I could have talked about this shit. I could have been looking like Stewie, you feel me? Any of them baby geniuses, you feel me? And I just chosen to talk now to hear someone say something like it's not real. Like, that's the funny part about it, you feel me? So what needs to be said is the world started as no gravity. Weapons was built in the no gravity, and the weapons that are built in no gravity will always be the more powerful weapons. And that's where the chess comes in. And then you know the simple way of doing it. Are you one of the greatest chess players? Well, as I know you have the greatest chess player on your side, I'm not scared of this, that, and the third. You feel me? And then we get to weapons going like an incognito, and then the chess of that, that's what I was talking about. But yeah, I'm just higher than the first incognito. So that being said, as planes. Now, medieval time made contracts because people were dying. People was dying. Once you died, you need a restraining order to know how you can come back in this world. Resurrection probation, RP. Restraining order. To not feel more pain, because obviously pain is the first money. Where, you feel me? We leave places because of pain. If you could cause more pain to somebody and less pain to yourself, you're not going to listen. Okay, so that's the circle of life. You feel me? That's the Egyptian shit. If you could cause more pain than the person that's giving directions, you're not going to listen. You feel me? So there goes the game of someone can cause more pain, but there's a time continuum or just space between it. Like you feel me? Or laziness or energy behind it. So you feel me? If someone can beat someone's ass, they not about to worry about the person beating their ass because they think the flashpoint ambulance can cause more pain than getting their ass whooped for like whoever. Yeah. So that being said, and those branch of the military. So when you understand the flashpoint ambulance and the ambulance in general, you understand the medieval made restraining orders. Satellites was from medieval. You feel me? The medieval people had satellites. They gave everybody a chance to learn. You feel me? Indentured servants, and then the Slovakian coach came. And etc. But then the Slovakian jokes came after the Slovakian coach went back to troubleshooting all of the Slovakian work. You feel me? All of the indentured service work we hear about from Europe, when it's really just a prostitution to a scale. But when to not alarm to not alarm being in trouble, they alarm the word prostitution with what it is, like, I guess, stereotyped as, with many of the words that I bring up, and it causes those alarms when I say it. So, that being said, being born and a high story repeats itself, you feel me? People feel it's chess. People feel like they got it. They know what's going on. They better than people. But now we gotta talk about is how many times that story repeated itself. Not just because people deja vu or nothing like that. Time repeating, and the ratio and percentage and the efficiency of this time doing exactly what last time did, and why not, and etc. It's repeated multiple times past most people can count. So that being said, when you get you feel me, to that point of understanding, that's what, like I said, with chess and having a lot to say, it sounds like someone's rambling. But that being said, if you went to the military and then went on a mission and showed back up on a dot that you don't remember, you're gonna be watched. You feel me? So if you're not a good person, and what happened is you being able to incognito yourself or something, you feel me? And yeah, you feel me? That's what's left. So you feel me? If you're not a good person, then you feel me? You'll be ambulanced to either nurture yourself or etc. So that being said, being brought in the world, you feel me? Like I said about the middleman and the monetary system. Now that we got this atmosphere on the part where I'm not getting attacked for etc. as proof, will be, like I said in my other videos, you can see how I'm in tune to the animals in the jungle. You feel me? Like the lions of sorts, not the ones that are like auditioning like these wannabe dogs. And you can see how, like, the dogs was in tune to me, in tune to those animals, you feel me? And from my last video, you don't see it. Now, not having no dog in sight, clairvoyance, and etc., we can see the same way that a dog could understand humans but understood animals, you feel me? So that's where the disrespect comes from. It's the same way that humans understand animals, or dog. You feel me? But I don't need to say that shit. So that's the proof. You feel me? So, now that being said, you feel me? It's this simple. I said in the post, what if walking around is like moving in water, and moving in water is like moving in gravity in space? You feel me? So you know, being in gravity, because it's more than it's a lot of things. Like it's not just gravity while you just fall to the ground. Okay, you dig what I'm saying? If we just came to the what's the name, and it was gravity only, you feel me? We would be wet. You feel me? You feel me? The humidity control, it's humidity in air. It's not just air. But when we think about skydiving, all we think about is air is hitting us. Because the humidity control, the air control is controlled. Niggas don't think about, wait a minute, Slick, if there's humidity control everywhere, but when I move, I just get air really. You dig what I'm saying? You feel me? You can taste the humidity control in the air by licking your own lips and seeing how much you wet your lips to the air that's in around you from your aura being a Taurus, and what you built from the air around you and the humidity to show Atlantis is here. We just don't know what a door is to Atlantis. So that being said, like I said, people think of, you feel me? Because this is serious. This is how serious this is. People think this is a joke about humidity control. You feel me? If you don't have that humidity control, then you're broke. But if you do have that humidity control, you're not broke. You feel me? It's a whole wilderness out there. A whole wilderness out there people just play along with. Okay, so that being said, so from you feel me, just to establish what a man is. Okay, so we know Eve came from Adam's rib. Okay, which makes Adam a womb for Eve too. That's what it was explaining, that men can be looked at as wombs. You feel me? And women can be looked at as researchers. So that being said, as the common sense aspiring, the world is bad at the moment. You feel me? Because it's an empty canvas that people feel like they was born at a wrong time or dimension. Why we have to deal with this? And no, because the military looks after every dimension and time. The military doesn't just disappear. You feel me? If you can get a dimension or time that the military ain't looking at, you're rich. Because all you gotta do is go goddamn not reaffirm. You feel me? If you're reaffirming, it ain't gonna work. You feel me? If you feel me? You dig what I'm saying? That's to show you the military and the community. So that being said, the predicament I am in right now, after I came from so and so, you feel me? That's called work, okay? Because once again, conversation. You dig what I'm saying? Conversation with me and you feel me? When I say conversation, and we can hear in my cadence me remembering the people that I'm not going to have a conversation with, you dig what I'm saying? I don't need them talking behind another person that I say is mature enough, because then they lose their maturity in all if I then stamp someone's not mature to get in a conversation with me and they still got to go through preschool proving it or some shit. For you to be in whatever grade of your maturity and then stunt that low, you feel me? You might not have to goddamn go back to preschool But you might have to go on probation for your maturity for letting someone like that at that level talk for you, and then prove it again. You feel me? On this level. So that being said, conversation. Okay. So that being said, grave shift. You feel me? And etc. Conversation. You feel me? If we use any of this energy to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, well, this whole energy, this whole wall of energy has been stamped. They don't know how to have a conversation. Like I said about dogs knowing how to be in tune to lions and sorts in the jungle, all the way back to humans, it's the same shit. So if you don't know how to have a conversation, you dig what I'm saying? If you don't know how to have a conversation, it's nothing to goddamn, you feel me, play with. You feel me? It's that simple. You feel me? It's just traffic, and everybody that knows this traffic is working so they can stink up the atmosphere, knowing they don't know how to have a conversation. So that being said, okay. Now that being said, cause I could have did any of that shit. You feel me? I could have did. You feel me? You dig what I'm saying? Kodak came out with a song called Z Look Jamaican. You dig what I'm saying? You feel me? It don't get any clearer than that. You feel me? I am a known artist that been blackballed. You feel me? By people that aren't it. You feel me? That's been tallied by the military leave multiple times, and the military got a certain compartment to deal with them, telling them the same shit they trying to do with me now. Because I was told, everybody heard my music. I kind of knew that already. So they just checkpointed my high school popularity, what I said in my post. You feel me? So, you know, it's, you know, it's, you feel me? It's a pause, because it's like, well, what are we doing? You feel me? So that being said, you feel me? That being said, we get the whole moment of understanding the explanation that I've already made in the world before me even talking about the situation of hand with the compounds that's already in the atmosphere. So what we are talking about is a detention center in the jungle, you feel me? As Pangea not being a theory. So you know, as a kid, you feel me, growing up, you feel me, the consistency of now, like I said about, we get the whole goddamn, damn, he didn't brought this up, and that's exactly what it is. But then it's just, he don't have, yeah, he does, but we're not, you feel me, we're too much in popularity and off the wigs of physics. You feel me? People failed physics or don't even give a fuck about physics to understand these two things correlate the same way, to understand that's how I can move around as an adult and be more happy with my life. You feel me? Because if outside is just like his popularity, you feel me? And we had a whole high school to know how to respect him and not get tased, then we're doing this shit on our own. You feel me? Voila, that's everything. You feel me? Because they're waiting for me to be like, now compare my, because I have a brother in the other room and me. And I'm chilling here as a grown man. Well, you feel me? No. That's obvious. You feel me? That right there is it. You feel me? But it's so simple. So, that being said, we know the world don't work that way. You feel me? It works via bird view and satellite. So, if I go get a job via satellites, and the satellite saying that they will be able to finally get the ancestors to be able to work where they worked before they hung it up and they're back to work, you feel me? Then they don't have to, you feel me? You get what I'm saying? Like go inside a Godfather's house and telling them you need license to stay here. Like, no, you don't need it. No, I don't. I'm the whole mob and mafia. I made that permission shit so people that just need to put a head on their head while they were chilling around, they can ass trick. They know better while other people don't. You feel me? So that thing, you feel me? So, ancestor might be a librarian. You tell them the ancestor you got it, but you feel me? If the right person talk to them, they gonna be like, this is his library. You feel me? etc. So that being said, we get to the point. You feel me? It's just a situation. It's just a situation of work, you feel me? Because now we gotta, you feel me? I got this energy that I get life, you feel me? I got this confirmation from the audience that I get life. But we don't got the goddamn brochure, you feel me? The goddamn cookie cutter I will always have open. The technology I'll always have. We just have I get life. We don't have this goddamn outfaced puzzle of, okay, I keep up with this news. But we do, but it's not the cookie cutter of what I respect. You feel me? So I get life. I keep up with this news so they can be like, okay, you get life. You feel me? Everything I get life. So I get life. So I get life. But we don't hear exactly what's the news and things that branch off, you feel me, while we can say the military rule the world, even though we know that. So, people's whispering around trying to get their own little news. And then be like, oh, I don't really care about all that shit, so I get life type shit. And then we don't have, news is obviously can fall into every category, but the a thing they explain why check and balance is going slow, so people can go on a mirage and then make it seem like check and balance is going slower than it really is, and really, it's a whole like an ambulance was. What's more, everything's important, but hopefully we get the more important thing done, check and balance. You feel me? But I get life, so they know common law, this is rude and that is rude, but I get life, so they're not keeping up with that checking. Just to show you little things that I keep, if the atmosphere was platform of having an individual in general and just giving people their branches of how they excel. So I get life, but you feel me? I get life, but you feel me? I get life, but You dig what I'm saying? That's how you get along with somebody. I get life, but... And that's what I'm saying. Because the animals can hear the lions, the humans can hear the humans. You feel me? It's that simple. The humans can hear the bosses. You feel me? It's that simple. It's not... Life is the same way in that core logical. So obviously this is me dealing with my audience from the jokes of my prestige. Z look Jamaican. Come on now. Niggas is denying that's a whole goddamn shout out. That's amazing. That is so goddamn amazing. I gotta watch that music video after this shit. But yeah, so that being said, because I would be a lame, so let the lame feet fall upon me. But obviously, to have a song make that much sense and get his views of me being lame for talking or glowing like this, we know what that means. We get a whole nother point of the difference between men and women in the world. So now another situation deals with how the world came along from the military seminars. Okay, so you feel me? Everybody that chose to be okay with America's army, I guess some people say, I never chose to be okay with America's army. Okay. Well, whatever it is that you know English instead of clicking noises, you know. We have, you feel me? So it's just work. It's just a work, and the difference between wanting to work and not wanting to work, and not wanting to work, think someone that wants to work will feel offended if they got criticized because they don't want to work, but they want to work. And since they want to work, you feel me, they know the karma of not being appreciated for wanting to work, or when really you're just annoying as shit. You feel me? And so yeah, so you feel me? I not too long ago, you feel me? I did some work, man. You feel me? I didn't woo talk skirt, hey, yeah, like okay, ain't that what that mean? Okay, yeah, ain't that what that mean? And boom to my next, ain't this what that mean? If that's what that mean for the goddamn, ain't that what that mean? Goddamn time continuum of infinite times I could say that shit. You feel me? To there we go. Ain't that what that mean? To did he have to say ain't that what that mean from the past? Or damn, that'll be fucked up if someone put somebody waited this long to do this, and because they did it, they trying to say, damn, that's so fucked up. Ain't that what that mean? And then they trying to make it look like I can't be that fucked up. No, sir. No, I can't be that fucked up, okay? So, it's not what it means. And there is that fucked up, but that's the alibi to say, if you only take one to know one type shit, but ain't that what that means? Yeah. So, that being said, from the whole get up of ain't that what that mean, we know what I'm doing, okay? That's all that need to be situated. A lot of goddamn this, that, and the third, moving around. Someone can see, ain't that what that mean? Someone can tell no one's gonna lie to them. You feel me? Lions been cornered in the jungle, but the military is not in the community, but it's so great that ain't no human can be cornered in the jungle. But ain't that what that mean? So yeah. And so yeah. Let me see, hold on. I got y'all. So now that we got all that situated, I can really talk about what I want to talk about for a good amount of time. Because we got a lot of time. So now that it's understood, you feel me? You feel me? Moving. You feel me? The conductor, that little thin that we can play dumb. So, high story repeats itself. Time goes on. People have past lives. People remember their past lives. People got to a void in generation remembering their past life that, you feel me, troubleshooting mechanic retirement after you get through eclipse that even though you work through your past lives, you have to delay, right? You have to delay because, you feel me, just like, you feel me, like I said about NASCAR things, you feel me, car need what's the name? And yeah, the humidity control on things, you feel me, the difference between someone that wants to work for themselves, someone that wants to work and save some money for themselves under the hospitality of the military, and somebody that complains and thinks they gotta get it how they live with the hospitality of the military. Okay? And those are the situations of hand of what is really going on. So, you know, this is the part that really breaks me, because like I'm saying, born, you feel me, I was born very conscious, right in reverse. Many scenarios can be, but these can't be one. Okay, you dig what I'm saying? So since that is said, it's not that hard to cookie cut yourself in that scenario and have your audience say the show must go on when the show must not go on, and the show must go on. So, then having to deal with knowing you had many other aliases, you feel me? When you touch your cheekbones, you remember your past lives, you feel me? When you touch your arms, you remember how much weight you lift and read some shit in the Bible and was like, whoa, was that a dream? You feel me? When you touch your legs, you remember how much times you jumped in the air, how high you jumped. You feel me? When you wash your hair, you think about the thoughts and how sensitive your brain's been, you feel me? How hard you worked, and to keep the sensitivity of your body if it's not the weight for your arms and legs to take, you feel me? When you get what I'm saying, when you touch your calves, touch your chest, you remember how you feel me, if you can't put words to it because of the clout, but your heart is still beating on the miles per hour on a velocity that's faster than these people can pace, of how your heart came together and got you moving in this heartbeat of a Taurus, you feel me, of water, like I said about Atlantis, and it's like we're really moving in water and gravity. And then when you go to the water, it's like you're really moving in gravity. And I guess people want me to explain more, but that's simple, you feel me? Like I said, you don't touch, you feel me, air. It took me a moment to You feel me? You don't touch air. I mean, you don't collect water. You collect a lot of air. So and when you go in the water, you're collecting a lot of water instead of air, which gives you feel me, the inverted of each other. So that being said, of common sense, but people are telling me, bitch, the more you elaborate, you gotta call me dumber than that. And then I'd be like, well, bitch, I did elaborate. You want me to call you, dumber than that? Bitch, that's not existence. Well, I'm like, well, I can do that. You feel me? So, that being said, because in the end, you feel me, it wouldn't need to be said if you on that level of, you feel me, the existence. You feel me? So, and we get to the point of, I stare at the sun and look back. You feel me? I stare at the sun and look at the goddamn person, and now all the questions of what I know about the sun and how to turn a doorknob, get into it. You feel me? Put my arm behind my back. Now all the questions of me riding reverse and you feel me? Like someone watching a movie and then, or someone playing a game, or a song, You feel me? These little things I do, you feel me? I touch my stomach, remember the ingredients that's been in my stomach that I want to taste again. You feel me? I touch my back and see the structure of what's not in sight but still built. You dig what I'm saying? You feel me? I touch my butt. I touch my butt and get the whole impact of how I protected my rear. You feel me? You feel me? I touch my sides and remember the Adam and Eve story. You feel me? I touch my hands together and remember and think about the gravity or the humidity control that stopped certain movements from my hands when I can think it though. Same way if I touch my feet. And imagine all the footwork and juking imagination I had, but it won't be seen because of the situation of hand of when me touching me and how far y'all can go with y'all brains. You feel me? Has nothing to do with how far I went when I touched myself. Okay? So I say that because once again, like I said, I'm making this disclaimer of conversation. Okay? I'm not inside around people that can have the conversation on this pedigree. Nor am I somebody that's going to force the issue. Nor am I somebody that's going to criticize somebody. Nor am I going to talk when someone wants to criticize, you feel me, from what I would say. You dig what I'm saying? Nor am I the person to play with criticism, knowing where everybody came from. So, you feel me, there's a place and time for everything. So having my own opinion on that, which is really factual if you want the world to be in a cognitive, not in a cognitive dissonance, then you get the whole situation of hand, because obviously I'm not going to hold someone to something they can't comprehend. So that being said, everybody's walking around from their past life visions to now visions of astral projecting, sleeping, and getting turned off. I don't think people got that same turn off I do, because when I go to sleep, you feel me? Yeah! I'm finna wake up the block! Yeah! I'm finna wake up the block! You feel me? to when I wake up, when we still talking about the damn morning type shit. So, dig what I'm saying? Because I know who I am. Like I said, other people don't. Because in the end, drugs that people took and make them have false courage. Before those drugs, they was living a great life of understanding. When you talk towards certain people and you against common law, that's not none of that mythology they try to put on them. And then when it sound like it is still, well, you feel me? Like someone's bucking on them. Like me, if it sound like I'm bucking on you when I'm in chill zone, and I'm trying to keep my rank as being D-Zozy, even though that's hard to take. Z look Jamaican. That's the whole mirage thing I'm talking about. The whole feat, the whole picture, the whole. All I want to do is establish this energy. We got a lot of this energy, okay? We got a whole threshold, you feel me? We have a whole, you gonna burn up in that fire, and if you move, it's gonna be more painful, so stand still. Okay? That's what I'm talking about, okay? That's all I'm trying to situate. Now that we here, at that moment of understanding that we didn't establish that I, the leader of the Z's, the Zamane Ward, under multiple aliases that get upheld, and there's a big difference between being upheld, unrighteously being touched, and etc., than unrighteous people helping on accident and you being locked up. Okay? So I say that because in the end you get put in a better predicament, but you still stay with the unrighteous people. So that being said, because you feel me, the problem is I don't need to say that I'm great at this or that or the third. You feel me? That's the problem. I don't have to say that. The way that I'm going to be dealt with will have that in mind. So, if I don't need to say that I like this, that, and the third, you feel me? The way I'll be dealt with, have that in mind. But we're not hearing about what I like, you feel me? So obviously, to deal with someone that has to go through something they don't like is aggression, okay? So now that we got telepathy unlocked to understanding what aggression is, you feel me? I don't have to explain. Y'all have it ready, you feel me? No matter how much I make sure I am great, y'all have that ready. No matter how much I follow common law, that is ready. That's what it is. Okay? Okay. So, that being said, that's all, folks. You feel me? But, you feel me? That's all. That's everything. What is that? Surprise, deja vu. I could have said that about the goddamn Tim Tebow going to the Jaguars. So that being said, of us understanding the world's multidimensional, we knew that. The world, you can have ancestors and descendants. We knew that part of the world being multidimensional. And time continuums. You feel me? Excuse me. You can have many people not know they descendants. You feel me? We know that. You feel me? We have people that do know. You feel me? We know the descendants could. You feel me? If descendants being exactly in, like I said about learning about zodiac signs, We can have, you feel me, the world come together exactly the same way, and people do exactly the same thing, like the ancestors. High story repeats itself. History repeats itself. You feel me? We can have, you feel me, all the above. We can have this. You feel me? What is this? It being the descendants and the ancestors, and they repeat this shit. But in the end, that's the troubleshooting of the world, because yeah, it could have been done in a cookout party enjoyment way, but it wasn't. So you feel me? That's just like the Savakian jokes about, you feel me? We know them. So that's simple. And that being said, we get the whole situation of, like I said, about, I don't have to explain. And yeah, so, you know, it's high story repeating, because, and it don't have to be, that's the troubleshooting part of life being free will thing, and the ambulance and job is, we can say it instead of just live it. And when I said it, then it sounded like me just trying to flashpoint the future to make a loop to a reloop or relapse of not flashpoint in the future, which would cause a whole not natural disaster, not reoccurrence, but slick a reoccurrence on seeing exactly how it's not the first rodeo, if not is the first rodeo being anticipated. So that also being said, and not being the first high story repeats itself or the first rodeo anticipated, that means there's a whole foundation that everybody's coming from, if not the military seminar, to this happened before. So now niggas think they got the advanced technology to flashpoint this happening before or shutting someone up, which is what the whole security authority, law, physics, metaphysics business is on. Making sure no child left behind. But we still gonna have those people that don't give a fuck and act like they done got it down. So that's where we talked about, you feel me, the conducting, you feel me. And, you know, if I just put my eyes behind my back, I see it, you feel me, I see it, yeah, I remember, Webb and Evans do like that, descendant, moving in my spot, that's how much I remember by Victorian type of this shit, okay, cool. But I come back here, nope, don't remember shit, don't know what the fuck I was talking about, wasn't using telepathy or none of that, no Nikola Tesla effect or nothing like that, nope, don't make sense, don't give a fuck either. Even though karma gonna go the same way and it's just gonna be more pricier, even though when you had your eyes rolled behind your back it was less pricey. And whose fault is that?